Welcome, Annie Brobst, to the new version of Jessica's Singled Out.
Thanks for having me.
So great to see you.
Yeah, you too, always.
And I know it's already been such a big year for you. So, really big few weeks. Congratulations on the release of your new album.
Oh, thank you. That's been a long time coming, it feels like.
Yeah.
We started it, during quarantine last year. We figured if we can't do a ton of shows, then we're going to hit the studio. So it's exciting.
And yeah, you were sharing, some of the music from that album, all throughout the year. And one that really hit me, I can't remember if you shared it with me around this time last year, Amazing Greats.
Oh,
That one is
yeah.
just so beautiful.
Thank you. That's our tribute to kind of all of the country artists that have inspired me along the way. And Amazing Grace, the song, the hymn, has been such an important song in my family and in good times and sad. And so you'll hear a reference to my uncle who passed away and some other things in there that are really personal.
Yeah. So tell me about, getting all this together. What was the process like creating an album during the pandemic?
I mean, so you can't, you can't interact super personally in the studio like you normally would. We were all masked, of course, and just, really trying to go in one at a time and get our parts done. But I think it really came together nicely. It took a bit of time. And this is the first time I wasn't telling everyone what we were doing. I kind of wanted to keep it a secret until we were ready to release. So we were just in there secretly recording a full album.
And it all came out so great. I
Thank
know,
you.
we're all ready to hopefully, sooner than later be able to see you perform, track by track from this album. But is there a favorite one from this? I do like Little Girls Dreams and
Yeah,
everything,
yeah.
but everything, of course, that we've played on Backyard Country. I mean, you're a superstar. I mean,
Oh,
I have
stop.
friends, within Nashville and the country music always like, they're keeping up with you and everything that you do. And I mean, by far, obviously, this is your best work that you've put out. But is there one that is going to be, I know it's so hard to pick a favorite, but is there one that you're just really excited to, be able to play in front of people?
It is hard to pick. They're all kind of like your child and you love them in
Mhm.
different ways. Um, Little Girl Dreams and Red Wine, we've been playing out forever. We released those in
Yeah.
2020 early. Um, but I think one that has really grown on me because it's just so soothing is "Ain't He the Worst." It's kind
Yeah.
of the nod to Stillwater from our last album because it's just that mid-tempo, like roll your windows down driving song, and the sounds that came out of the session guys in the studio are just beautiful. So I would definitely recommend that one. It's track 2.
Mhm.
Everybody should blast that and let me know what they think.
Yeah. And I know another favorite, of course, Make Lemonade. Like
Yeah.
people were just dying for you to release that one so we could get it on Backyard Country, but everyone's just ready to see you. So what do you have lined up? I know with everything going on, it's hard, especially here in Massachusetts, but I know you're able to safely continue the backyard tour that you did last year. So fill some people
Yeah.
in because I'm sure a lot of people, they have the space and they're ready to safely have some cookouts with the neighborhood. And
Yeah.
what do you have lined up?
We're lucky enough to have a really good friend who has what looks to me like a mobile
Yeah,
stage. He can pull it on the back of his Prius.
that's
and
wild.
uh,
Yeah.
and so we invested in some battery powered PA equipment so that we could really go anywhere with it. And we last year we did, I think, a total of about 30 shows from July to October, just in like
Wow.
cul-de-sacs and neighborhoods and all over New England. So that was really fun. And there seemed to be a high demand for it this year. And we knew we weren't going to be able to book too many
Right.
really official gigs until maybe later in the summer. So we're excited for the month of May. We have a full schedule, Fridays,
Wow.
Saturdays,
Yay.
Sundays.
Good. Good
So
for you.
we'll be out there, and there's a lot of
So,
public stops so people can drop by
okay,
safely.
good. So if people do want to book that, they just go to your website,
Yeah,
book it.
website or Facebook. At this point, we're not going too far into June
Yeah,
because we're
just in case.
hoping, yeah, that maybe our weekends will be taken up with venues.
Yeah.
but we may end up going into June. So May's pretty packed right now, but absolutely, if anybody wants to get a hold of me, Facebook message, Insta message, email, website, it's
My
all.
sister's friend. Yeah, she's been like watching all your stuff from last summer, and she was like, oh, I need to have Annie. She has the most beautiful neighborhood. And it's just, cul-de-sac style, and it's all younger kids like my niece's age. And she was like,
Yeah.
we have to have Annie here. So I'll reach out to her and let her know,
Yeah,
hopefully
that would be so
sneak in
fun.
and
And
get a little date. Maybe it's like an end of the school year type of celebration.
your niece is adorable too. I
Oh,
love
thank
all of
you.
your posts with her.
Yeah, she's turning 7 soon. So she's
So old.
I know it's like time, it's where do all these years go?
I
But
know.
yeah, throughout this pandemic, what is like what's one TV show or movie that maybe you were able to binge watch that you were just like, this is so good that you'll recommend forever to people?
Well, I saw you guys post on the Bull the other day something about like crime series and
Oh yeah,
such.
on Netflix.
Yeah.
That hack, I learned that the other day. If you type in, it's
Yeah.
like 87, not 8765, 9875. That's the secret code. And if
That's
you type it
crazy.
in and it pulls up every single crime documentary, crime series. And yeah, there's so many because I didn't really get into Netflix either until maybe like 2019. So there's tons from like 2017 and
Yeah.
2018 that, have been
Yeah.
hidden that I'm like, ooh, but how do I have the time?
I know. So we binged, we already did like all of the real crime things. We loved those, like Making a Murderer and things like that.
Yes.
But recently this summer we hit Blacklist hard,
Yep.
which is one of those that's been around for a while that I just
Okay.
never got into. And now I can't turn it off.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's like
Yeah.
7 seasons on Netflix.
That's my problem sometimes. I'm like, I don't have time to commit to like
Yeah.
all these
Yeah.
seasons. It's so funny. But yeah, so we're planning on doing backyard country, well, Sylvan Street with the local artists. I like to like kind of call it backyard country live.
Yeah,
But
that's what it
I
is.
know. So we'll be doing country nights at Sylvan Street Wednesdays throughout the summer. Of course, you're invited again to be a part of it. I feel like it's home to you, of course.
It is, and it's literally in walking distance. So if we
Mhm.
have too many of those mudslides, famous Sylvan
So
Street
good.
mudslides.
So good. I'm so excited for them to be.
Yeah,
And they have
that
the
sounds like a blast.
new patio, new tent, all set up, ready to go,
Yeah.
and I'm ready.
Yeah, those
What
are
do you
so fun.
What do you think of all the concerts being announced in New Hampshire? Is there one that you're going to try to go see? Because Old Dominion just announced pretty much a 3-day festival for
I
July
know.
4th at
That's
the
going to be a
New Hampshire
party.
Pavilion. I know.
Yeah, right now we don't have any plans to go up there,
Mhm.
but who knows? Maybe we'll be up there. Maybe we'll be on some of those shows. So we're
Yeah.
just
Do
kind
they
of keeping an
still
eye out.
do the stage? I know you've been a part of it before, that stage before you go into the venue. Are they
I
still
I
able to
think
do that?
so. We
Okay.
haven't talked to them much this year. I think this year
Yeah.
is just crazy. So I kind of just wait for places to let us know what they're
I bet they're
doing.
gonna start booking. Hopefully they can. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
there'll be quite a few shows up there throughout the summer. So
Yeah.
that's a good sign at least.
Yeah, it is. I'm happy for those guys too. And it seems like at least it's some opportunities for those Nashville people to finally get out and tour.
Yeah. What about one album that came out this year or, even just a single that you've been kind of
Yeah.
like obsessed with?
Ooh, that's a good question. We love The Good Ones by
Me
Gabby
too.
Barrett. I love
Yes.
that song. I love singing to that song. So it might be a cover in our list soon. But it's funny. I love Carrie Underwood.
Me
And
too.
when we released our album, we were watching the charts pretty closely that first release week. And we did end up getting #2 on the album charts on iTunes.
Yay.
And it was right under Carrie Underwood's My Savior, which topped the charts everywhere, like all genres at the
Mhm.
top. I mean, she is amazing. She's killing it. So
Yeah.
that has to be on my favorites now.
Me too. Yeah, she is hands down my favorite artist. So, and the
She's so
reason I fell in love with country music. But Annie Brobst, is there one thing you learned maybe from like TikTok or a life hack? Because I mean, so many of us like I don't want to say wasted, but we invested a lot of time on TikTok in 2020 and I'm still at it. Like I'll find myself just somehow Like, I'm just going to go on for a second, and then it's like an hour later.
Oh yeah. Well,
It's the coolest things, but is there a new like life hack you discovered from TikTok?
I love TikTok. I just got into it too. And some videos like made all of a sudden made my account kind of go crazy, which is awesome. Um, I have to say, I love all of the makeup and hair hacks. Although they do say that, like, I'm not supposed to part my hair on the side.
Really?
So you're
good.
cool. Apparently,
Okay.
I'm not cool.
I don't do it. Like, honestly, my hair just defaults. I could try
Mine
to do it that
too.
way, and then it will just come back to like right down the middle. So.
Yeah. But I also just the other day, Ryan sent me one. We got an Instapot not too long ago, like one of those instant cookers.
Yep.
And I always take the lid off of the pressure cooker and I have no idea where to put it. And it's like dripping with condensation or whatever, sweat and steam. And I'm like, where do I put this? And I always like end up throwing it in the sink or something. Apparently you can just like hook it onto the side.
Okay.
And there's this little thing. And he sent me his TikTok video the other day with that life hack.
Well, that's so funny. That's where I found that Netflix crime life hack. And then another one where I'm like, some people probably already knew stuff like this, but to get wrinkles out of your shirt, you can throw it in the dryer for just 10 minutes on the highest setting and put a couple ice cubes in there. And it's going to sound so loud, but once they melt and everything, but yeah, you take it out and your shirt will be wrinkle free. I did try that the other day.
I should do that. Sometimes I use like the hair dryer or something on little spots, but
or like the flat iron. I've done that too.
It's you're like, oh,
yeah.
Let me get my shirt.
But it's so funny. But how's everything with the girls and your family? I see the little puppy in the background.
Yeah. He just made his debut. We did get a puppy recently. He's 4 months or so right now. He's crazy, but that is a very fun addition to our family. So everybody's great. Girls have been remote schooling the whole time.
Wow, yeah.
But we're home stretch now.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
God,
so
I'm so ready for it.
I am too. It has been really cool to get to spend some extra time with all of us together.
Yeah.
I can honestly say we never got sick of each other. It's just been really nice to have that time.
Oh, well, tell them all I said hello.
I will.
And I'm hoping, I know I mentioned this like off record to you, but I'm really hoping that come Christmas time or, in early 2022, you're able to do the Backyard Country live show again, because you always did such a great job organizing that. And I really missed it, the last year. But I would love to, if we can somehow, do it maybe around like Christmas time. And then we can put, together a little charity or donation to help.
That'd be great.
Yeah. Some families in need for Christmas.
You always do such a great job, like playing our Christmas songs.
I love Christmas music. Yeah. It's so weird. Like, I swear, like the older I get, I'm more, but my birthday's right around Christmas too, but I love Christmas music. And
I know.
I'm so impressed that you and all the other local artists, have original Christmas ones. And of course, the covers, and they're all so great. So I would love to somehow do, you guys, perform your regular hits and then spike in some Christmas ones, but we'll keep that on the radar. Fingers crossed.
That would be so fun. And I think
a cool little venue.
Yeah. I think people would be really ready to have one of those big Backyard Country live shows again too. So that would be really fun.
So Annie, let everyone know where they can find you on your website, social media, where your music is, just so, we can, keep your album going up on the charts.
Yeah. So our new album, Where We Holler, is available on iTunes, Spotify. You can ask your Alexa to play it. I have to whisper.
I know, it's so funny.
So it's available there along with our other music that we've released in the past. And you can stay in touch with me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and AnnieBrobstmusic.com. I'm sorry, the squeaks, my dog.
So fun. Yeah.
I don't know if you can hear that, but he's going crazy. But yeah, so we would love to see people out at shows. We have a big parking lot party at the end of May. So Memorial Day weekend, Friday night, up here in Danvers on the North Shore where I'm based. And people can come from anywhere. So you can get all that information on my website or on Facebook.
Yeah, that's great. We'll share all that too when I put this,
Awesome.
blog post together too, and we'll mention it on Backyard Country. But I mean, you've been a part of Backyard Country since the start, back in 2016, October of 2016. So, what advice do you have for any other, local artists that are kind of just starting out? How do they stay motivated throughout a time like this?
I think if you're just starting out, you just have to kind of ignore the noise. I think I'm still learning how to do that, and just really find what works for you and what your fans like and love, and stick with it.
Yeah.
That's my best advice, because we have the best fans in the world. And I think sometimes I do feel like I'm kind of carving my own path. I'm not really sure what's the right choice here and what's the right way to do, every release or gig. But you just got to go with your gut and trust it and learn for yourself, and just kind of pave your own way.
Yeah, I like that. So with your new album, Where We Holler, before we wrap this up, is there one track that if you were going to work out is the one you would listen to on repeat?
Oh, workout
That will
track?
get you fired up. Yeah.
I think definitely Holler and Swaller.
Yes.
It'll also make you want to go have a party afterwards. But it's upbeat, it's fun. You might find yourself yelling holler on the elliptical or something. But definitely Holler and Swaller. That is I think it's track number 3.
Yeah. Well, Annie, thank you so much for, chatting and taking the time to join Jessica Singled Out. And I cannot wait to see you soon in person.